3. Why blood rain-soaked Spain? This topic is important under General Studies Paper 3. Rare abnormalities often occurring in Earth atmosphere. Why recently in news? The rain brought more than water last autumn to some villages of Zamora, Spain. The villagers noticed that the water in their fountains seemed blood-soaked. Researchers finally confirmed that the red rain was due to a strange algae that turned red when stressed. But how did the algae get there? That's still a bit of a puzzle. This isn't the first time it's rained blood. In 2001, Kerala was washed down with blood rain and even Sri Lanka because of the algae Trentpollia. How this blood rain is caused. A green microalgae that turns a reddish color when in a state of stress. Once this microalgae was deposited into fountains and tanks, it wasn't long before the water turned red. Researchers from the University of Salamanca have shown light on this blood rain phenomenon. The reddish staining is caused by Hematococcus pluvialis, a freshwater green microalgae that is capable of synthesizing a red keratin pigment called astaxanthin when in a state of stress. Why this algae Hematococcus pluvialis turns red? Light microscopy allows us to observe the complex life cycle of these unicellular algae. During some stages they can move using flagella, while during others they can form cysts if conditions are unfavorable, thus turning red. When the latter occurs, in the presence of sunlight for instance, their red color is even more visible against white backgrounds. Up until now this microalgae was known to be found in bodies of water in the northern hemisphere, especially in North America and along the European Atlantic seaboard. Which might be the source of these algae? The exact source of these microorganisms is not yet identified. The results of some analysis reveal a connection to prevailing westerly winds that would have affected the northwestern area of the Iberian Peninsula during the autumn of 2014, and suggesting that they may have even come from North America. Other genera of microalgae, albeit of the saltwater variety, are responsible for the red tides that sometimes occur in estuaries and coastal areas all over the world from Galicia to California and Australia. Blood rain, however, is not as common an occurrence as these red tides, where we are using Hematococcus pluvialis algae. In recent years, the use of Hematococcus pluvialis has spread to the pharmaceutical industry owing to its antioxidant properties. Its application has also been extended to fish farms where it is used as a food source for salmon and trout in order to give these fish a deeper red color. The motorcycle manufacturer Yamaha recently found a way to reduce CO2 emissions in their factories by using these small algae. The company was able to succeed in this by injecting carbon dioxide into huge pools full of Hematococcus. 4. Ex-servicemen return medals over OROP. This topic is important under General Studies Paper 2. Welfare schemes for vulnerable sections of the population by the center and states and the performance of these schemes. Why recently in news? Escalating their protests demanding one rank one pension, OROP, in its rightful form. Ex-servicemen returned their medals in New Delhi and several other places across the country. Meanwhile, Defense Minister Manohar Parrikar called the behavior of the protesters as unlike a solidarity and they are being misguided. What the government has announced is not OROP. It is one rank several pensions, they said. points of disagreement between ex-servicemen and government. They include revision of pensions on yearly basis, while the government has notified a 5-yearly revision. The fixation of pension at maximum of current retirees, while the government has notified an average of maximum and minimum. The exclusion of soldiers who seek premature retirement from the ambit of OROP, while the government has agreed to grant OROP to those who have already sought premature retirement. It will deny provision to those who seek premature retirement from now on. Features of recently announced OROP scheme. Over 25 lakh veterans across the country will get at least Rs. 3,000 to 5,000 more in pensions depending on their last rank and years of service. The increased pension will be paid with effect from July 1, 2014. According to the notification, the government will pay the arrears of OROP in 4 equal half-yearly installments. However, all family pensioners, including those receiving special or liberalized family pension and gallantry award winners, will get their arrears in a single installment. The pension of past pensioners would be fixed on the basis of the pension of retirees of 2013, and the benefit will be granted from July 1, 2014. The government has reversed its contentious proposal to exclude ex-servicemen who had sought premature retirement from the ambit of OROP. The government has also notified the appointment of a judicial committee to look into anomalies of OROP. The panel will submit its report in 6 months.